This video is sponsored by Established Titles. Hey guys, mate's best friend. Welcome back to another IdBeCoolif where everything's made up and the ideas don't matter. Today I really want to talk about the Barbarian skill tree, because one of the changes I would like to see in Diablo 2 is some skill rebalancing. Most of these skills you wouldn't even want to touch with a 10-foot pole. And so I wanted to start with the Barbarian class, because Barbarian is my favorite class. I mean, how could you not love him? Let's start out with the mastery skill tree, where everything's passive. Out of all these skills, what would I change the most? I wonder which one would it be? Which skill would it be? Increased stamina. Why would you ever level it up? Oh, I know why. To get increased speed. If increased speed did not require increased stamina, no one would ever touch this thing. By the time you're level 12, you don't really worry about stamina anymore. And even if you did, you can just chug a bunch of stamina potions, and then you'll have infinite stamina for the next 30 minutes. Also, to add on top of that, any item that adds increased stamina is basically seen as wasted stat. So why does this skill exist? Who wants it? Can we make it more useful? Can we make it so you might want to level it up? It'd be cool if increased stamina actually gives you 10 hit points per level. On top of that, replenished life plus 3 per level or something. I think it actually fits in the theme of increased stamina quite well, you know? After all, stamina is how long you can last. So it adding hit points and replenished life, I think fits the theme quite nicely. Increased speed is an awesome skill, but it's also kind of a one-point wonder. By that I mean, most players just put 1 point into it because you get the most value out of that point. Also, if you have any items that increase skill level, then it's basically pointless to level it up after that. The increased speed slows down to a crawl because it just stops moving, ironically. So in addition to this, I would like to see it increase attack speed by 1% per level. That way, you still have value in the later levels of increased speed. It'd be cool if increased speed also retained a percentage of your defense per level while you're running. Because a lot of people don't know this. I definitely didn't. But in Diablo 2, as soon as you start running, your defense drops to 0. All that armor goes to 0. It doesn't even exist while you run. You're a lot more susceptible to attacks while running. And I think it would be cool to see increased speed offset that each level. Alright, now onto Iron Skin. I would like to see Shout synergize with Iron Skin and Iron Skin synergize with Shout. Since they're so closely related but in 2 separate trees, I think they should both give each other half a point of damage reduction. Or 1 point of damage reduction. I don't know, whatever. A little bit of damage reduction. It'll make these skills a little bit less of like a 1-point wonder or a stepping stone, and a little bit more enticing to invest into. You know, think about it. You want to fulfill the fantasy, you want to be the Iron Skin. You want Iron Skin and you want Shout, defensive Shout. Investing that many points to it should really allow the player to be extra like tanky. Look at them. Look at these muscles. Also, synergy points only benefit from actual skill points. They don't benefit from items that boost skills. Before we continue, what's that, Kane? You have a quest for us?
Oh yes. Stay a while and listen. It's a sponsored quest. Sponsored quest.
Alright, so this is actually a really cool sponsor. With established titles, you get to purchase a minimum of 1 square foot of land in Ardali, Aberdeenshire, Scotland. With the added bonus that you officially have the title Lord or Lady. You can actually put that baby on your license, your dating profile, and upon purchase you also get a certificate complete with crest, proving that you own the land and proving that you're a Lord or Lady. Not only do you get that, you also get a tree planted in your name, because established titles works with charities such as One Tree Planet and Trees for the Future. So it's just a really fun way to support conservation efforts. It's also really cool that you can go on the internet and type in the exact coordinates of the land that you own. Be like, yeah, that's me. That's my land. It's also super cute couples present, because then you can buy 2 plots of land right next to each other to solidify your love. It also acts as a very unique and very awesome gift. Imagine being surprised with a gift of being a lord in Scotland. And if you happen to have a Scottish heritage, well, it's a great way to connect with your family roots. And you can take advantage of the Black Friday sale. Buy 1, get 1 free. That is double, your lordship. And you can have another 10% off if you use our promo code, Carbot Animations. There's never been a time where being a lord has been so cheap. So if you care about our channel and the earth and want to become a lord or lady, or surprise your friend with lord or ladyship, complete the quest and click the link in the description below and check out established titles. Oh yeah, and I think I would like to add one more thing actually to this little section up here. It'd be really nice if you were dual wielding, that you could hold any weapon in your offhand and it would benefit from your primary hand mastery. Example, you hold sword and axe. Sword in one hand, axe in the other. And if your sword mastery is at 20, but your axe mastery is at 0, well guess what? It applies to both. You get the benefits for both hands no matter what, because you're wielding a sword in your primary hand. And vice versa. War cries. I love the skill tree. There's a lot of utility in it, and there's a lot of options. There's still some little problem. The biggest problem with this skill tree is mostly on the right side, right over here. Let's start with Fine Potion. And with Fine Potion, I would like to see it actually increase the effectiveness of potions as well. So at every level, it actually increase the potion's healing effectiveness and the speed of which it heals you by. It's like a protein shake for the Barbarian. He needs his nutrients. He's a growing boy. Now look at down here. Look at Grimward. He had no friends. Nobody ever comes visits him. No points for him. Nobody likes his skill. What Grimward does is scares enemies off when you summon it. And it requires a corpse to do so. So why would I get this if I could just howl if I wanted enemies to run away? And guess what? Grimward's a level 24 skill. And what level does howl require? Level 1. And it's instant. No corpse required. I bet most players have never even seen a Grimward. So you may as well throw the skill in the trash if you're not going to change it. So how about instead of fearing enemies, Grimward now slows enemy movement speed and attack speed within the area. That way it's still a defensive thing. It's still protecting you, but it's not being annoying and making guys run away. And it's still kind of like monsters are scared. They're just more cautious because they're scared. So similar idea, but an actual useful function. I'd use this skill. Battle Command is also one of those skills you just kind of put 1 point into. What does it do? It just increase all skill levels by 1 when you go, ah! So I'm not sure what to do with this skill, but I remember from one of the mods that I played, it would give you a bonus 1 skill level to all your skills every 10 levels you level it up. Again, I think that's extremely fair. If you're investing that many points into a skill, it should be rewarding. People should be able to go that build, and I think that's a pretty fair trade-off. And now on to the final skill tree, combat skills. Oh man, I love leap attack. I love jumping around with it. I jump through space, jump over walls, jump through windows, jump through jail cells for some reason. I don't think I've ever actually used it to attack though. You know, I think it'll be a good idea to put the attack back in leap attack. Make it do some AoE damage. Barbarian has very limited options when it comes to splash damage. Something to put the attack back in leap attack, please. Also, maybe make it move a little faster. Just a little bit. All right, now we got Bash and Stun, which honestly just combine these two skills. A lot of people find Bash annoying. I actually kind of like it. I like the sound. I like that they get knocked back. And no one uses Stun. So just combine the two. And then where Stun was, just put in Cleave. Again, the Barbarian barely has any splash damage options. So adding Cleave as a new skill, I think would be great. I don't want to add a new skill, but there's really nothing I could think of that felt good about this whole thing. All right, and there's one more offender on here. Double throw. Why? This is not a good skill. All it does is add to an attack rating. Of course you're gonna get it if you are throwing Barbarian, but nobody plays those. How can we make this really, really cool and awesome? Well, I thought maybe if you add in a 1% chance of knockback with an additional 1% chance each level, that would feel quite nice for a throwing Barbarian. And maybe in addition, add a 10% chance to not consume a stack and 3% every level after that. Because some of the problems here is that you run out of the quantity of throwing weapons really quick. So if you're not consuming a stack, that would make this build more viable. That would make this skill more viable. I also got one more idea for double throw to make it even more awesome. Allow it to synergize with Frenzy. I think this skill should refresh Frenzy duration. That way you have to go up and melee guys to use Frenzy, and then you get super fast and you attack fast. And anytime you use double throw, it refreshes Frenzy's duration so you can keep it on while you're just chucking all your crap at everyone. It'd be amazing kiting Barbarian. It might be too OP, but I think it would be a lot of fun. And I don't know, it's an interesting synergy idea. And it kind of makes sense because double swing and double throw are directly connected to Frenzy. Also, melee Frenzy Barbarians will really like this because they'll switch to throwing weapons just to throw a couple things just to keep Frenzy up so they can continue to melee guys without losing the Frenzy stacks. And with that said, that's it. That's all I have for the Barbarian skill tree. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on these ideas, and I would love to hear your ideas of what you think would be nice change to make skills a little bit more viable or more interesting. And again, not looking to change too much, but just to enable a lot more build diversity within the game. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. But before you go, and remember to claim your lord or ladyship with established titles by clicking the link in the description below. It's like when Decker Kane, you know, like when you beat Bale and he's at the congrats screen. He's like,
congratulations, you lord. I knight thee, lord, or lady, established of a 1 by 1 meter land in Scotland. Ah, the Roderick, Scotland.